Hello, everybody, and congratulations to all you guys who just passed your tech uh, license. Today, I'm going to do a short, brief video on how to use this radio. It's a Baofeng uv-6b dual band radio. A lot of words to describe a radio. All right, let's get started. The first thing you got to do is you got to turn it on and get it in the mode you need. And my recommendation is what you do is you press the menu button down first, and then you rotate the on-off button here. Now I'm going to demonstrate that, and you'll hear the announcement. So let me do that.
Welcome. Initialization.
All right, it comes up and says it's initializing. So the next thing you want to do is you want to momentarily push this button. This is the push to talk button, so I'll do that. And what comes up in this top screen is about 12 pre-programmed channels, which I programmed in. You can read the manual and put them in manually. It's rather tedious. There's about 8 or 10 parameters that you got to set in here. The manual describes it. It takes a little reading, but you youngsters who are very familiar with configuring games will take no time to figure that out. And you'll be teaching Miss Turner here shortly about how to program the radios. All right. So the way you select the pre-programmed channels is you can push these up and down arrows, right, to get on the channel you want. Now, let me tell you which channels I pre-programmed in here. Well, why can't I get there? Here we go. Too many buttons on my screen. Sorry. Okay. So in here are the parameters that are preset in the radio, and you see there's quite a few of them in here. The main parameter you got to put in there is which frequency you want the receiver to listen to and which frequency you want the transmitter to be on. There's a national list on the web of all the repeaters in the United States, and there's several of them, actually around the world, that give you these parameters. Just Google ham radio repeaters Louisiana, and this list will come up, and all of these parameters are on the web. But to make things simple, I've pre-programmed some channels in here for you. So the first channel, and over here they give us 6 characters to designate what these things mean. So the first channel that I call LFT for Lafayette 1. Lafayette is the airport designator, by the way. And this is the repeater down on the bank building. This is the little repeater, which is just east of Iberia. So if you're on the southeast side of town, this would be the one you want to get on. This is the civil defense repeater. This repeater gets activated during bad weather and emergencies. This is the Lafayette UHF repeater. There's some interesting things going on. There's some reflectors that are tied onto this thing, and you can tune into this thing and just listen. You can also talk on this one. ABB is Abbeville, LCH is Lake Charles, KCS. Now, KCS is something I dreamed up. That's the kids' special channel. So if you're close to each other and you want a semi-private communications, you can get on what I call the KSG. That G, by the way, is a typo. It should be KSC. I'll correct that on your radios. The next one is SPX, which is a national calling frequency. So if you're traveling, this is what you want to monitor. This next one is the ISS data channel. That when the International Space Station is coming over, it's transmitting data, and you can listen to that data, and you can hear it, and you can download free software to see what they're saying. This is the APRS national frequency. This is Baton Rouge, and this is the International Space Station voice. This is when they're doing space shuttle contacts. This is one of the frequencies which they will be using. So remember, you use these up and down arrows. Let's see, get over here. You use these up and down arrows to select which channel you're on. This is, selects the top channel, the B channel. All of this is explained in the manual. It's written in very cryptic. I call it Jinglish, which is a combination of English and Chinese. But with some practice, and you guys who are very familiar with configuring games will do a lot better than us adults. So just let me show you what happens. I'm gonna, when you want to use the radio, what you'll do is you'll listen first. Always listen first. And if the channel is idle, what you will do is you will push this button down and give your call sign and say monitoring. So I'm going to just push the thing down, and we're going to perhaps hear it, see if it'll identify itself.
A-A-R-A club repeated. W-5-G-G-L-N-L-F-G.
All right, and what we heard is the repeater identifying. And if it's been idle for a few minutes, it will identify. And the way to get on the air is when it's idle is you just hold the button down, give your call sign, and say monitoring, which I will demonstrate. This is K5QXJ monitoring. Now, if somebody were around and wanted to speak to us, they would come back and speak. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of kids on there yet, so what you'll hear is a lot of adults speaking. But we'd like to hear from you kids, so anytime you have some spare time, you feel like talking, we encourage you to do that. We also have a kids net on this repeater at 7 o'clock on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. So that's where two of the young hams that call this net, and this is especially dedicated for young hams. Okay, guys, that's all for today. Have fun on your radio.
KN5GRK.
Hi, Herman. I'm just making a, let's see, hi, Herman. I'm just making a little video on how to use these new radios. So just tell everybody hello real quickly, and I'll sign off. This is K5QXJ.
Nick, KN5GRK.
Okay, guys, that's Herman. He's talking, so I don't want to keep this too long, so I'm going to turn the recording off, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is K5QXJ Clear.
5GRK monitoring.